World champion Atlanta Braves baseball is brought to you by Trust. After a rainy start, the skies and the tarp have cleared. We will have baseball tonight as the Braves host the Colorado Rockies in the first of a very important homestand. The Braves start play 3 games behind the New York Mets. It's time to gain some ground in the East as the Braves and Rockies meet for the 5th time here in 2022. Hi again, everybody. Chip Carey, Jeff Francoeur. Great to be back at home, partner. A terrific road trip for the Braves. They went 4-2, but now over the next 2 weeks, a soft part of the schedule. If the Braves are going to make up some ground on the Mets, tonight's the night to get it started.
Yeah, and the good thing about it is, look, you can't control what the Mets do. They play the Dodgers. They got the Pirates coming up. But what you can control is who you play. And the Braves have a great next 8 games to really get healthy. Look at the Rockies. Look at that road record. They have struggled away from course. We all know the Marlins. Braves have really put it to them lately. And the A's are not great playing great baseball. So you have 8 games really to take care of your business. And then the reason you are able to kind of do that, you get Max Fried starting you off tonight against Colorado Rockies. And when you got 6 games in a row, you love having a guy that can take you deep into games. He's been outstanding at home. Look at that, 6 1/3 per start. 4-1 with a 1.6 for him tonight against this lineup. Go right after him, attack him. You have good stuff. And hopefully the offense can score enough and get a nice win.
Big crowd on hand here in Atlanta. And by the way, I love your outfit. We're off to a great start. It's the Braves. It's the Rockies. It's game 1 of 3 from Truist Park. Starting lineups, Nick Green and more coming your way right after this on Bally Sports. Max Fried is raring to go, and why not? The Braves are 4-0 so far against the Colorado Rockies, who are really struggling on the road. Max Fried facing a Colorado team that's 3-12 on the road in their last 15 away from Coors Field. But their Toyota starting lineup has some representative hitters, especially in the top 9 for Buddy Black's 55 and 74 Rockies. You heard Peter Moylan say those are the guys you have to be aware of. I'm sure Max knows all about that.
Yeah, he's prepared for this moment. He's pitched in these type games. You know, it's a team, some of these guys you don't know too much about, but at the same time, you got to make quality pitches. They're up here for a reason.
Very comfortable night after the rains blew through North Atlanta. 73 degrees at first pitch. The second one on the ground to Dansby, and Max Fried's night is off to a good start. For that to continue, Jeff, what are your 4 keys for Game 1 victory?
You know what? Max has been awesome in August. 15-1 in his career in August, and a familiar face. Obviously, the Braves facing Jose Urena today. A lot of history, but they've also hit him pretty well in the past.
Max Fried had one of his best starts as a major league pitcher against the Rockies out at Coors Field. It was a masterful performance back on June 3rd as Riley, a hot smash, handles that at third and robs Iglesias of a 2-base hit. How about that play at the hot corner?
That's beautiful. 1 pitch, 1 out. This is where Austin's so good. Look, making those plays, but getting up and just throwing a strike almost every time over to Matt Olson at first base. Beautiful play. 3 pitches, 2 outs.
I was just going to say, very efficient start for Max Fried, who threw an 8-inning 2-hit shutout at Colorado on June the 3rd out at Coors Field. Brendan Rodgers is the hitter. He's the Colorado second baseman, and he's having a terrific year. Rodgers, 60 RBIs, 11 homers, and a .277 batting average.
Well, you got to love the way Max is coming right after these hitters. Look, the Rockies are a different team when they play on the road versus home. I mean, the numbers sit there and tell you 19 and 42 on the road. They have struggled to score runs.
Scoring fewer than 3 runs a game over their last 15 road games. That's A tough way to win. And you know about their offensive challenges away from the hitter-friendly confines of Coors Field. And so Bud Black's club comes into Atlanta 35 games behind the Dodgers in the National League West.
So are they mathematically eliminated yet? I would say probably.
Pretty close.
Right on it.
Higher math is not my strong suit. We'll get Dr. No to work on that for us. Al Galima, as Max Fried just missed. 2 balls, 2 strikes. That's corked out a play foul by Brendan Rodgers. Yeah, we're told the Rockies can't win the West. They're mathematically eliminated from that. But hey, if they run the table, Jeff, over the last 6 weeks, they could sneak in as a wild card.
You just don't see many teams in August completely out of it, like mathematically.
And that's why there are a lot of young faces in this Colorado lineup. One of them making his major league debut. We'll get to that a little later on tonight, as Max ready with his 2-2 pitch. And it's on the ground to Grissom. Vaughn gives ground, and Max Fried a 1-2-3 first, 3 outs, 9 pitches. Atlanta takes aim at Jose Urena next. Be back home, and here is why. They have been dominant here at Truist Park. The Braves are 42-24 on their home diamond. And with the Colorado Rockies and Marlins coming in for this 6-game homestand, a chance to gain some ground on the Mets, who have a 3-game lead over us in the National League's Eastern Division. And Jeff, this is just overpoweringly good work. Our Zaxby's indescribably good play.
Well, this is exactly the reason, Chip, you want the playoffs. Whether you win the division or, worst case, you're hosting a wild card here in Atlanta, because they have played so well here. You saw that record. It's been outstanding. They have a starters at 2.55 ERA in the last 25 home games.
New 1-2 combo at the top of the Toyota starting lineup for the Braves here in the first inning. Dansby Swanson leading off. Still no Ronald Acuna Jr. The knee causing him some discomfort. So hopefully he'll be back at some point on this homestand as the Braves face Jose Urena, the former Marlin, briefly a Milwaukee Brewer, and now a Colorado Rocky. And on the ground to third, and that'll take care of Swanson for out number 1.
You know, during those 25 home games, Chip, plus 61 run differential.
There's the arsenal for Jose Urena. Sure, that sinker is why Colorado signed him, Jeff. Try to get the ball on the ground on their home mound.
Well, yeah, you would think so. And look, he's had success in the past at times when that sinker is really doing what it's supposed to. At the same time, he struggled with command.
Urena 2-9 with a 6.50 ERA against the Braves, as he faces Michael Harris, Jeff, who's hitting second behind Dansby Swanson tonight.
Look, this kid can hit anywhere you put him. It's a lot of the reason he was the guy moved up in that 2-hole, just because he's so dynamic, can do so many different things, takes pitches.
Allows you to go lefty righty in
Absolutely.
your lineup all the way till the bottom of the order. And Harris coming off a terrific road trip where he picked up 10 hits, including a big game against the St. Louis Cardinals. And he's ahead in the count here, 2 balls and a strike. 13 homers and 45 driven in. That ball hammered toward the corner, but it's pulled foul. Nice catch. It's 2-2. Harris went 6 for 18 against the Rockies in Denver. This ball shot to short, and Iglesias is going to be late. So a break for Atlanta. Harris aboard with 1 out here in the bottom of the first inning. That's something else that has plagued Colorado, Jeff. Ordinarily, this is a very good defensive team, historically speaking. The Rockies have made 83 errors this year.
Yeah, like anything, you take Nolan Arenado out of a lineup to begin with, that's going to be some tough. But yeah, when you have pitchers that are trying to, get their footing, get in the door, it doesn't help. It reminds me of the Phillies a few years back. Remember that? They had some pitchers that had trouble because they were getting balls in play, not getting the plays made.
So Harris reaches on an E6. That's 8 of them for Iglesias on the year, and Austin Riley is coming up. Riley with 31 homers, 83 driven in. See if his bat can start to boom. Just a couple of extra base hits for Riley in the last 2 weeks. That's not like him. Maybe some home cooking will get the Braves number 3 hitter rolling again. One ball, one strike.
Yeah, the key when you're facing Jose is you got to see that ball up and out over the plate. His pitch, he wants to get it down and in on you, especially to righties, to roll over. As you can see, he has not fared well facing the Braves.
Keep an eye on Michael at first. He's 15 for 15 in stolen bases. Colorado chases him back. Michael Toglia is the first baseman for the Rockies. He's making his major league debut. And he's the man holding Harris here in the home first inning. .31 walks, 31 strikeouts for Urania this year in 59 innings. So he will help you if you let him. And Riley ahead in the count. No wind to speak of after the rains have come and gone. Lovely night. And there's ball 3.
That's the pitch you got to lay off right there. You lay off that, now you get to 3-1, and you really can get greedy and pick that pitch out over the middle a little bit up, and if it's not there, let it go for either ball 4 or
pulled a string on him. Full count. Got Matt Olson on deck. Matt had a good road trip. Let's see if Ryan Snitker sends his rookie center fielder here from first base.
I would. I'd put him in motion, especially with a sinker baller out there.
Another half step on the lead. He is going. Got a good jump and ball 4, 2 on for Matt Olson.
That's the old adage there of that pitch. You threw a really good one, 3-1. You try to throw it even better, 3-2. And a hitter like Austin Riley's not going to chase that pitch. Takes his walk.
Matt Olson drove in 6 runs in the 4-game sweep of the Rockies out in Denver. 27 homers and 87 RBIs for Matt. And boy, has he been big in these spots. Hitting .379 with runners in scoring position this month. He has truly been cleaning up. Olson has seen Urania before. He's 3 for 4 in his career head to head. You know how good the Braves have been when they strike first. They've got a shot here in the opening inning. 2 on and 1 out.
Yeah, good eye. Got fooled the first pitch with a changeup. That time you were able to lay off. It's a good matchup for Matt when you think about it. If you want a two-seaming away, he can drive it in that left center gap, and if you hang it, you can get out in front.
Matt's tied for first in the league with extra base hits, 68 of them. He's second in doubles, He's got 41. Entering tonight's play. And the 1-1 pitch. Jammed himself and popped it a mile high behind the plate. Diaz gives chase, but he will run out of room. And the count is a ball and 2 strikes. It has been so fun, Jeff, watching this team hit with 2 outs. It's been really exciting to watch how the approach with 2 strikes has improved as the season has gone on.
Man, they're number 1 in baseball. I got 238 2-strike RBIs. If you remember the first month, man, we were not doing really well in that category.
Short lead at second for Harris. Same for Riley. The pitch way outside. So how does that turnaround happen?
Well, I think an approach. I mean, we agreed early in the season, I think, that swinging a lot, trying to pull the ball, and I feel like all these hitters have done a great job of staying up the middle, staying within themselves. And like that, working the count back now where you're not chasing a pitch, and now it's 3-2 again. You already got first and second. And that guy on the mound knows, I don't really have a pitch right here to me that I can go to get him out. I almost feel like he's got to make him get himself out, or hope he doesn't hit a mistake.
The other cool thing about Matt, for a cleanup hitter by today's standards, he's extremely patient. He leads the Braves team in walks as the number 4 hitter. And he's got a 3-2 count here with 1 out. And he takes another ball in the dirt. So there's the stat we talked about with Urania. If you let him pitch himself into trouble, he is more than capable of doing that. And Jeff, he's coming off one of the worst starts in franchise history for the Colorado Ball Club. He went an inning and a third and gave up 9 runs in his last outing. And already a first inning meeting as the Braves have the bases loaded.
Is that not good?
The old good or bad thumb is pointing south on that one.
Well, you look at that 3-2 pitch. Same thing to Austin Riley. You don't have, he's got 96, 97 with sink. It's been getting hit. You don't have confidence to throw that pitch. So what do? You try to throw cutter to Riley. You miss big. That changeup, you miss big. These good hitters like that, they're not chasing that.
So let's get in the head of Travis d'Arnaud here. You just had a mound meeting. He's walked the last 2 hitters, and he's got a man at third thanks to an error. What is d'Arnaud getting on the first pitch?
You don't mind hitting a sinker, and you can even pull it if it's where you want it, but you're looking out over that plate, something up that you can drive. Right now, he's not showing you he can throw his off speed for a strike.
And we know d'Arnaud loves the first pitch. So Urania out of the stretch with the bases loaded. First pitch chopped foul, strike 1.
And Travis been one of the Braves' hottest hitter. 438 the last 4 games. It's hitting 362 in the month of August.
And as Ian Contreras done a great job offensively. Great chance to strike first. There your Braves runners, third to first, left to right on the screen. Ball 1. You said something earlier. You've got to see the ball up. How quickly can you recognize whether that pitch is up or too low?
Well, when you're looking for the fastball, you actually surprising. You know, these hitters are really good. They're the best at what they do. So, you know, for the most part, they can see where that ball. You know that ball's got to start above the belt for the most part if it's going to be something you want to go after.
7 hits for d'Arnaud in his last 4 games. 1 here would be just what the doctor ordered. The pitch. Ball 2. Already 22 pitches for Urania. More balls than strikes.
Now this is where you can really get picky here. You got a guy who's struggling out there.
And there's no defending a walk, as Bud Black knows, a terrific pitcher in his day in the major leagues. 3 balls and a strike. That one sunk out of sight. So it's a full count with Rosario waiting on deck. An error and 2 walks. After the first out of the inning, the pitch. Swing and a miss. He chased ball 4. So 2 are out. Bases still loaded. It's up to Eddie Rosario.
It's the first time I feel like in a while we've seen Travis go outside the zone. 3-1 and then 3-2. And you can see his face right away.
Well, let's see if Eddie can provide a 2-out hit. Rosario's average climbing 190 with 4 homers and 18 driven in. That one thrown with some anger by Urania at 97 miles an hour.
Look, even back to his Florida days, he's always had a big arm. High velocity, movement, just never been able to really replicate that.
Inside corner. It's now 0-2. And Urania pitched himself into and out of a gigantic mess. The Braves load the bases, can't break through, and we head to the second.
Fifth start of the season, and we know he's been phenomenal. 4th in the National League in ERA, 2nd among pitchers at Baseball Reference WAR. So I posed this question to Rick Kranitz. I said, can Max Fried get better? What he said to me, by the way, he looked at me like I was ridiculous, but he said he's been pitching at such an extremely high level, and he has 5 pitches he could go to our StatCast 3D powered by Google Cloud. Look at those 5 pitches. And he mentioned a couple of those pitches. They were huge this year for him. It's that sinker and that changeup that he's worked really hard on. And the one thing he did say is he like a little bit more consistency out of that slider, but all praise from Rick Kranitz about Max Fried.
And why not?
Yeah, for good reason, right?
19 quality starts, 6 or more innings in 20 of his last 22 games, and Max looking for win number 13 for the Braves here tonight. I mean, think about this. In this 3-game series, Fried, Wright, and Spencer Strider will be starting. That trio's gone 36 and 13 on the year.
Pretty good.
And oh man, is it ever. C.J. Cron leads off for the Rockies in the second. Cron's riding a 3-game hitting streak. Rockies came from New York, where they lost a series to the Mets. They salvaged 1 victory. They beat Max Scherzer 1-0 in that setup in New York.
Who pitched for them that day?
Marquez.
Yeah, if he's throwing the ball well that day, he can do that to you.
So the Rockies come to Atlanta. In their last 6 games, they've scored 9 runs. On the ground at third. Riley's got that from the foul grass. A strike to first. And Cron's retired. How about this, Jeff? 4 hitters retired, all on the ground for Max Fried.
You love that. Look, Max has the ability to go strike guys out. We've seen it. He's had double-digit strikeout times before. What you do like, though, is getting the consistent ground balls like this. He doesn't have to strike these guys out.
I think I know the answer from Nick Green because he was an infielder and they love ground ball outs. I know pitching coaches too, don't they, Greeny?
Yeah, they do. And when I was talking to Cranny also, he got excited about this. He said Max does not chase the strikeout. He said he has strikeout stuff, but what he does is pitch to contact early in the game especially, and it allows him to have a manageable pitch count. Well, how do you continue to go deep in a ball game? If you pitch to contact, use all of your pitches. If you don't have one pitch that day, you can go to something else. And he said also that his curveball has been so good as of late. He's used it a little bit more. He loves that aspect from Max as well. Now, as I say that, a bad curveball. But Crandy just loves the fact that he can go different spots, different pitches, and get quick outs.
You know what else, Crandy, too? The ability to get the strikeout. If you get a runner on third and one out, he can go different ways to try to get the swing and miss. But in this moment right here, keep getting contact from these hitters.
Elias Diaz, the catcher, is standing in. And look, Jeff and Greeny, why wouldn't you want to induce contact with this infield and outfield defense behind you?
With the defense you have, and then versus, like you said, a team that offensively right now is struggling. Go after them.
2 balls and a strike for Diaz with 39 RBIs. Again, 9 total runs for the Rockies in their last 6 games. 6 of those 9 runs came in 1 game. So it has really been a struggle for Colorado, which has really been the case in the history of their franchise. Jeff, huge home road offensive splits. And this one right back where it came from, and Diaz got a 3-1 count and has the first hit of the game, a 1-out single.
Look, you play in Colorado. For the most part, you're going to have those splits. Chip, you're going to have home and road splits where you hit better at home. I mean, that, as you can see, that pitch was off the end of the bat. But at the same time, you got to be able to put up some numbers on the road. And this team reminds me right now of kind of where the Marlins were when we were down there 2 weekends ago. Struggling to score runs, and offensively, if you can put a couple early, man, you really force their hand. They feel that pressure knowing that they have not been hitting.
This is young Elihuris Montero. As we look a little deeper into the road woes for Bud Black, worst road record in the big leagues. When you score 3 and your earned runs allowed is 5, you're going to go 19 and 42. This young man they have high hopes for. Jeff mentioned Nolan Arenado, who was traded to the Cardinals. Well, this is one of the youngsters they got back in that deal from the St. Louis organization. He can play first, third, and DH. And this one popped up over the Braves on deck circle.
I thought you told an interesting stat. Tell everybody about the Rockies at the deadline.
Yeah, you know, for a team that's trying to keep pace in the National League West, every major league team made at least one deadline deal. But one. Colorado,
the Rockies,
did not make a single trade, which I think surprised a lot of people.
Yeah, one way or the other, either add or get some prospects for somebody.
1 ball, 2 strikes. And Montero, a chopper toward third. Riley's going to throw on the run to first, gets the sure out. Diaz to second, and 2 are away here in the Colorado second inning. So Michael Toglia is the hitter. The pride of UCLA, 23rd overall pick in 2019, a 30-homer man this year in the minor leagues. He's making his major league debut, and who wouldn't be smiling from ear to ear at that?
And facing Max Fried, why not?
And they don't have breaking balls like that in AA or AAA, do they?
No, but that's my type of guy right there. Taking a hack on the first pitch you see.
Hey, 30 homers, 83 RBIs at 2 levels. That's why he's here. He is a big-time power-hitting prospect. And he's going to love playing in Denver. The pitch. You remember your first major league at bat?
Yeah, Jerome Williams. Swung at the first pitch. Ground ball to third.
You put it in play, right?
I did.
1 ball, 1 strike. Didn't chase the change. It's 2-1. So Michael Toglia with a chance to drive home the game's first run. A catcher running at second base, Elias Diaz. And a number. Oh, what a play by Max. The glove just long enough to handle that slow roller. And that will take care of Colorado in a scoreless second inning. Braves fan, big star of House of Cards and other terrific television and movie series. Great to have that great Braves fan here tonight for Game 1.
Yeah, I love when he's in town, man. He's great.
Great dude. For every home run hit by the Braves of the next 4 years, Truist donates $755 to the Braves Foundation's Henry Louis Aaron Fund. A minimum commitment of $1 million will be made. 192 homers, good for $144,000+ so far this year. And William Contreras has added to that total, wouldn't you say? 17 home runs, Jeff, for the Braves DH tonight.
He's had an outstanding year. I mean, when Manny Pena went down, the fact that he could come in and fill in, not miss a beat. That's the thing, just a little chance that he had to come up last year, play for a while, get the experience, you know, work on some things defensively, offensively too. When he came back up this year, he's a different player.
And he got going so well offensively early on for the Braves, as that one is in on the hands, and Urania has struck out the last 3 hitters.
Well, this is what, sorry to interrupt, but this is what frustrates, I think, Bud Black, Don Mattingly when he's in Florida. He can look like this the last 3 guys. And then he can, for 3 batters, just check out, and you watch 2 guys give up a hit, and that's, I think, the tough part when you have a pitcher like that.
So Vaughn Grissom, the batter, hitting .324. He's 0 for his last 12. Let's see if he can change that. And takes outside, ball 1. To finish the note on Contreras, he hit so many home runs early, Jeff, that it seemed like that was the defining moment for him, that, hey, I can do this and I belong here.
Yep.
This one on the ground. Iglesias deep short. Off balance throw, and they can't get him. It's an infield hit for Vaughn Grissom. That snaps the 0 for 12, pending a review. And Mike Redmond says, no challenge.
Iglesias made a good throw with the wet grass out there. You can see wasn't able to get a lot on. And that's one of the ball just kind of floats over there, and Vaughn did a great job of beating it out.
Beat that by a full stride. And that area of the field is treacherous. That's where the water gets dumped when they clean off the tarp. Right behind the third base and shortstop spots. So Robbie Grossman digs in, the Braves' 9th place hitter tonight. 10 RBIs since putting on the tomahawk, and 33 in total for the year. Short lead at first for Grissom, and outside for Robbie. 2 balls and a strike. I've really been impressed with what this guy's done, Jeff. Grossman plays both corner spots, good defender, and from this side of the plate, which was supposed to be the problem side, he's looked pretty good.
He has. He looks like a whole different guy. Looks comfortable.
Colorado plays him as a pull hitter on the infield. A lot of space in left center. And that skips up. Ball 3. 3 balls and a strike. Diaz already getting a workout with all those balls in the dirt early on.
It's another one now. Your 3-1 count. You got the top of the lineup coming up. You can really, if you're Robbie, zero in here. Look for a fastball, something you can drive in the gap. If not, let it go.
2 walks, 3 strikeouts, 1 hit for the Rockies starter. And that got the catcher again. Full count. They give Grossman the whole left side of the infield with a full count. And he tried to spray one that way and fouled it back. Good try by Robbie. We'll try again. 3-2. As Jeff alluded, with the Rockies' trouble scoring runs, getting that first run is so important. And it's been very successful for the Braves this year. Braves have played 69 games this year where they've scored the first run, and they've won 58 of them. Runner goes, swing, and he missed. Diaz didn't recognize it, and a free stolen base for Vaughn Grissom, who's got 3 of those. Grossman's the second out. Runner in scoring position, though, for Dansby Swanson. And Dansby has killed the National League West. Here's a look at our game nugget brought to you by Chick-fil-A.
He's hit safely in 11 straight games versus NL West teams. He's got 287 career average against the Rockies.
Well, here's been our money man with 2 outs and runners in scoring position. 38 2-out RBIs for Swanson, who has 76 in total. How about that? Smoke to center. Deep center. Track. Wall. It's off the fence. Swanson will double on the first pitch he sees in the second inning. He comes through again, and Atlanta strikes first.
I'll tell you, he has driven the ball the last 4 months. Chip, so consistently up the middle, the other way. 39 2-out RBIs now leads the team. Look how he stays on this ball, stays inside it. What he did against Ryan Helsley the other night in St. Louis was one of the most impressive at-bats I've seen all year. 101 over your head. And then he takes a fastball to right center at 100.
And think about it, Jeff. I mean, over half of his RBIs have come with 2 outs.
Yep.
Man, oh man, is that clutch. And Braves do strike first. And here's Harris. He swings the first one and skies it toward left. Bouchard is there. He's got it. You want to stick around for the start of our 3rd inning. We've got a very special announcement as the Braves take a 1-0 lead. Comes your way on Thursday, and here is our very special announcement.
Braves country, let's go. I'm fired up to join Chip and Jeff, and I cannot wait to hang out with all of you in the bleachers. September baseball, nothing better. Can't wait to see you guys down there.
Well, is that going to be fun?
Oh my God, I can't wait.
There will be no jokes, I promise you.
We've been sitting on this for about 3 weeks. And we're fired up. I know Braves country will be fired up to have Brian McCann out with us in the bleachers.
Man, let me tell you, there he is. Looks a little bit like him. I'll tell you what, he's already starting to do his homework. It's incredible.
Sean Bouchard lined and caught. Grissom is there. Bouchard is retired for out number 1.
What a beautiful play.
First ball in the air for Colorado.
104 off the bat. Grissom makes a beautiful catch. But yeah, BMAC, we played golf today, and he was talking about all the notes he's got and different stuff, and I just laughed. It's going to be awesome. He's looking forward to doing it. It's going to be great to have him back out here at the park.
One of the most popular Braves of all time, part of the baby Braves, of course. And I can't wait to hear his perspective as a major league catcher of how the game has changed from an analytical standpoint and how you game plan. I mean, that's such a big part of it. And there were a few better than Brian McCann in his major league career.
Well, and I think that was the great thing when he came back here in 19. He really was able to bring some of the stuff, you know, that he learned from New York, Houston on game planning and bring it here. And it really gelled well with what they were trying to do and working with these young pitchers. Talk to Max Fried about what Brian kind of did for him. Tell you everything you need to know.
I got to say, in that video clip that we had of Brian making his big announcement, his beard,
yeah,
I mean, it is network TV debut ready.
It is. Do you think he was golfing right after that?
Pretty good chance. Pretty good chance.
And I got to correct him, because there is one thing better than September baseball. October baseball.
Oh, that's true.
But
look, the guy was probably nervous making his first big announcement, knowing that he's going to have to sit between you and me for 3.5 hours. I'd be scared to death.
Or he was 1 minute from his tee time and needed to get out.
That too.
But it's going to be fun. I know you talked to him this weekend, I think, and he's excited.
Garrett Hampson takes the strikes. That'll be a lot of fun for us. Brian will be one of our special guests that'll be joining us. I've said it so many times, Jeff, that 05 team was one of my favorite to watch in the major leagues. And this team this year for the Braves reminds me so much of it. You've got seasoned veteran players and then that infusion of youth that you guys provided, and guys like Strider and Grissom and Michael Harris have given the 2022 version of the Braves.
You know, we were talking about that the last week about Harris and Grissom, kind of saying how it reminded us a little bit of ourselves back in 05. And you know, you're up here, you're playing well, your team's in first place, and you really at 21 don't appreciate it, and you don't really know what's going on. You just want to live in the moment. And that's what these two guys are doing. They're showing up every day, and you know, they can't keep them out of the lineup. That's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to force their hand.
Randall Grichuk, the hitter, he grounded out his first time up. Max Fried has a 1-0 lead. And Powder River, a 94-mile-an-hour fastball for a strike. So Brian McCann will join us on Thursday for the wrap-up of this series. Brian's going to have a treat too. Spencer Strider will be on the mound for the Braves in the series.
I know he's looking forward to that. Him pitching too.
Big Laredo breaking ball. Beauty. Iglesias waits near the on-deck circle for the Rockies. I think we should have Brian read all the promo cards on Thursday.
Why not?
Right?
He was asking me today, how do I know when I get in? When I said, just talk. Everybody wants to hear you.
Yeah.
Don't worry about us. We get to do it night in and night out.
And Brian, that's the view you're going to have.
Yep. Maybe he'll be the lucky guy to get us a home run ball.
0-2 pitch. Stayed a little high.
I'll have my Coors Light glove with me again, of course.
Are you going to play catch with
him? Yeah, I want to play catch with Michael Harris out there. Cool. Got to talk to him tomorrow.
One ball, 2 strikes for longtime veteran Randall Grichuk. He went around, and Max Fried has his second out of the inning. First strikeout, and Jose Iglesias will be the hitter. Riley robbed him his first time.
Well, I think that goes to show you right now where Max is at. The fact that that's his first strikeout the second time through the lineup. He's pitching to contact. Forcing these guys ground balls. What do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 ground balls.
I think that's what makes him so special. He can modify his game to what the situation dictates. Smart. Pitch economically early in the game. And we know, Jeff, he can load up and fire the ball 96, 97 when he needs it in a big spot.
Yeah, I told you a couple weeks ago I was able to ride with him on the bus to Miami to the field. I take the later bus, obviously. You're there getting your prep work in.
Well, you do your prep work before the bus ride.
Exactly.
When I get to the ballpark, that's okay.
But having a chance to talk to Max about his game planning, what he does every start, I thought was very enlightening to me because of what we talk about sometimes. We hear Leo Mazzoni say it sometimes. Just because a guy's a good slider hitter doesn't mean he can hit your slider where he throws. And I think that's the thing I like that Max does is, kind of knows his strengths, what he can do, and he doesn't deviate from them.
1 ball, 1 strike. That ball's hammered into the left field corner. That's trouble. Hampson around second is on his way to third. They're going to wave him. Dansby short hop, relay throw to the plate. Close and they got him. What a play.
Wow.
Unbelievable scoop from Dansby and a strike at the plate to gun down Hampson. And the Rockies will not challenge. Rosario got the ball to the cutoff man, and the Braves still hold a 1-0 lead.
Not only that, the pick by Dansby right here, turned around and threw it. Oh, it just beats him on the arm. What a play.
Garrett Hampson tagged on the hand as he tried to score the game-tying run a moment ago. Man, oh man, what a beautiful relay the Braves turned in to keep the lead 1-0. Austin Riley will start things off. That's part of this team, Jeff, that I don't think we talk enough about, and that is not just the defense, but the attention to detail that this defense puts in. You made a great point. This ball is cracked toward right center field. Pretty well hit. Hampson on the run on the warning track. That ball is going to drop on the warning track. And Riley will stand at second with a leadoff double. Hampson and Grichuk were there. The ball drops harmlessly on the warning track, and Atlanta looks to add on.
I don't know if they couldn't see this. It got in. I know it's kind of a high sky right now. This is usually the time at like 8. But that ball just kept drifting a little bit, and he couldn't get there. It's a beautiful sky, though. A lot better than the last homestand. We had a lot of gray clouds coming
Yeah,
over.
we didn't like that much.
But that's a ball, I'll say this, as an outfielder, they're going to walk in. That ball's got to be caught by somebody out there.
And this outfield's not as big as the one he plays in at home.
And this offense, if you're the Rockies, you're thinking this offense doesn't need many chances.
So the Braves with 3 hits, Riley with a leadoff double. And now Matt Olson scorches another one off the Colorado catcher. So again, Jeff, the attention to detail. Rosario gets to the ball, hits the cutoff man. Dansby makes a great scoop and the accurate throw. And then at the plate, d'Arnaud doesn't impede the base runner, makes the catch, and the tag a split second before Hampson can touch the dish.
It was textbook. It's what you talk about in spring training when you do cutoff relays, how you want it done.
Details matter.
Yep.
And that was beautifully executed by the Braves. Here's Olson. And up and away, even count. Keep you updated on the Mets and Dodgers as they play in New York tonight. Braves begin play this evening, 3 games behind the Mets. First, the 1-1 pitch. The Dodgers lead New York 3-2, bottom 3.
The bats are out tonight at the Big Apple.
Hope they're out in Atlanta for the Braves, who lead 1-0. Dansby Swanson double off the wall. And Olson hit that ball before it hit him.
It's 2 times tonight now we've seen Matt swing at a sinker in off the plate. It's like everything's been away, that when that ball's come in, see him pull the trigger.
Elias Diaz is going to have a date with the cold tub.
Yeah.
I mean, he's gotten
And it's the third inning.
drilled already. And we're 12 batters into the game. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Get him over, Matt. The pitch. Skied into left. Bouchard will have a play. Riley retreats to second, 1 out.
Well, now we're going to take a look at our Synovus get their future of the game, and it's not other than what just happened at the top of the third. It starts off with the outfielder getting to the ball down the left field line with Rosario making a throw. The scoop by Dansby right there, to me, sets this whole thing up. He threw, got rid of it. Right here, look at that. You have to make the perfect play on a short hop and then have the arm strength to get it there. And look, great play by Travis. He's able to get it over, slap it right on the hand. Look at this camera work right there. It's beautiful. Those are little plays that you can just deflate a team when your offense has been struggling and that happens to you.
As an outfielder, too, with all the rain we had, that could not have been an easy throw for Rosario. That ball had to be soaking wet by the time he picked it up.
Yeah, and then not to mention when Dansby picks it up, by the time almost it's been hit the grass 3 or 4 times, and he still was able to be accurate.
Darno, a shot that deflects off Ureña's glove out to second. And the runner at third with 2 outs. I think that got Ureña on the way by. He's checking the leather, checking the hand too. He looks to be okay.
It did, because when it came off the bat, I thought that's hard hit, and then it kind of right off the top. 107 off the bat.
So 1-4-3 put out. The Rockies will meet in the center of the diamond. Not a mound visit. They're just checking on Ureña to make sure he's okay. And he says he is. So Eddie Rosario will hit with Riley at third and 2 outs. Eddie struck out to end the Atlanta first inning threat. Those comebackers, as you said, 107 off the bat. That is a scary thing for a major league pitcher. Just ask Jackson Stevens, who got hit in the head in St. Louis. Jackson's on the concussion IL, and fortunate that that wasn't more serious than it was.
No, what an animal. He just kind of walked off.
Man,
that's the football coming out of that guy.
That can't be easy for the hitter too, right? I mean, you want to use the middle part, but you don't want to hit anybody.
No, no one sets out to do that, but it's part of the game. It's going to happen from time to time.
And that's corked off the end of the bat foul for Rosario. A ball and 2 strikes.
Make it happen quick. I remember when we were in Houston, Horatio Ramirez got hit with the ball, and it bounced 2 hop to me in right field. That's how hard it hit. Went right off his head, right to right field.
One ball, 2 strikes. And that skips up again. 2-2 your count. So while Jackson is on the 7-day IL, the Braves did make a move today. They brought back Jesse Chavez. He was released by the Angels, and the Braves scooped him back up very quickly.
I love it. It's like 9 lives with us, man.
Yeah.
But I will tell you this, every time he puts the Braves uniform on, he does pretty darn good. Really, outside of 2 outings for them, he didn't do bad, but I think they're just trying to give some young guys a chance now out there.
And that'll bolster the Braves bullpen for these last couple of games before rosters expand in September.
Yeah, what, Thursday night, right?
Right. Can add one position player and one pitcher.
That's it.
28 men. That's it.
But you can't do like two pitchers?
1 and 1, I believe.
Is it? Yeah. Okay, that makes sense.
And there is not a major league manager that will not tell you that extra pitcher will be very much appreciated.
Yeah. This time of year.
Snit squad looking for win number 80 tonight. The Braves are 79-50 on the year. And a perfect 4-0 against the Rockies. The pitch. Swing and a fly ball hit to right. Grichuk going back. That ball is high off the bricks and it deflects off Grichuk. Rosario with a 2-strike, 2-out hit. And the Braves add on. That brings home Austin Riley. Here we go again, partner. It's 2-0.
Just tack on another 2-out, 2-strike RBI for this Braves offense. Wasn't hit necessarily hard. Look at that. Goes down and gets a changeup, though. Hits actually Grichuk off the wall. That's a hard play for anybody in right field. I would say right field here is the hardest position to play because of that wall out there.
You know who played it so well here? Nick Markakis.
Yeah, a lot of practice.
A master at playing the ball off the bricks here at Truist Park. Boy, I hope Nick's doing well. Miss seeing him around. I've said it before, I'll say it again. I think he's one of the most important Braves in recent vintage here in Atlanta. A true pro's pro. As Contreras hits and chops one foul, it's quickly 0-2. So Eddie Rosario, his bat's coming to life. He's creeping closer to 200. That doesn't sound like much, but where he was,
yeah,
he's getting hot at the right time for Atlanta. And he's at second with a 2-0 lead. The pitch.
Well, last time he had Contreras 0-2 and buried a two-seamer in there at 97. This time he went slider away. Gotta imagine he's coming right back with that two-seamer now, trying to run it in on him.
Iglesias hits short, and he is going to get the lead runner Rosario rather than throw the ball to first. Unconventional play, but it works. That takes care of Atlanta as the Braves add on a second run, and we head to the 4th inning. In the books tonight, 2-0 Atlanta. It's been a happy homecoming so far for the Braves, who just wrapped up a 4-2 road trip through Pittsburgh and St. Louis. Max Fried looking sharp. He's allowed just 2 hits through 3 scoreless innings. Eddie Rosario, with RBI number 19, extends the lead. Brendan Rodgers, the hitter, he rolled out his first time up. This guy's a good player. He's having a good year for the Colorado club. And takes a strike. Max has had pretty much, Jeff, every pitch at his command to this point.
He's thrown a few more balls than we're used to seeing. 23 strikes and 19 balls, but at the same time has been in command of most counts at the same time.
1 walk, 1 strikeout. The first 6 outs of the game for Max were ground ball outs. A great relay play erased a would-be Rocky run in the 3rd inning. And to your point, Max has had a couple of counts like this, 3 balls and a strike. You heard Peter say on Braves Live pregame, the 1 through 4 hitters are the problem spots for Colorado from a pitcher's perspective. And a line drive into center. Harris dives, can't get it. The ball is behind him, and that's a big problem. Rodgers on his way to second. He's on his way to third. Rosario tracks it down, and they'll stop him there. Harris shaken up. dives for the ball in center. It gets behind him and rolls all the way to the center field fence. And Brendan Rodgers 90 feet away with nobody out.
That's one of those you start coming and you got to make up your mind. And that's what you love about Michael in center field, Chip, is the confidence to go get these balls. It's like anything in that situation in a 2-0 game, though. Maybe that's when you lay back and play it as a single. But again, you see him make that play so many times that it's tough to fault him for going for a ball like that.
You're surprised when a ball in the air isn't caught.
Exactly.
That's how good he's been. So now C.J. Cron is the batted runner at third. And it's a 2-1 game. Back-to-back hits for Colorado. And Cron now with his 85th RBI. So Peter was right. 3 and 4, the lucky combo for Colorado as they've cut the Atlanta lead in half.
Well, here's a veteran hitter, Cron. Smart. You got a guy on third with less than 2 outs. You had the infield back. He was just trying to find a pitch out over the plate to put in play.
Here's a good spot for a double play ball. Catcher in the box, Elias Diaz. He's wrapped into 8 of them on the season.
Yeah, not to mention what you talked about. His first 3 innings has just gotten beaten up behind home plate.
And in case you wondered about Max Fried, he's induced 13 double play balls and a lot of groundouts in this game. 2-1 game. Hits are even 4 apiece. Colorado up for their second turn here in the 4th inning. Riley close to the line at third for the Braves. Double play depth, of course, up the middle. The pitch. Pulled a string on that curveball. 1-2. He swung like that hurt.
Yeah. Well, he was way out in front of that ball.
Now it's d'Arnaud's turn to take one off the chest protector. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Leadoff triple, a first pitch single by C.J. Cron. It's now a 2-1 game. He's grimacing with every step, with every swing.
It's been a tough 3.5 innings so far. Be a great question to ask BMAC on Thursday night about the beating they take early in a game sometimes.
Again, all that punishment the catchers take makes you appreciate what they give you offensively and how great a year Contreras and d'Arnaud have combined to have for the Braves. Elias Diaz digs in. Pitch caught on and missed. He asks if it was tipped. Jeff Nelson says no. And Diaz is rung up for out number 1.
Good slider. Yeah, and he didn't tip it. It's a good try. It's worth a chance to argue. Good pitch from Max.
So here's Elihuris Montero. He grounded out to third his first time up. 24 years young. On the ground, Riley can't get it. That's a fair ball. That is headed for the corner. And coming around is C.J. Cron. He is going to score without a throw. And the Rockies have rallied to tie the game with a couple of extra base hits. Montero picks up the RBI. It's now 2-2.
Now that ball stayed fair. Boston's playing close to the line.
Went over the bag.
Right
fair.
over the bag, yeah.
So our first look at the former Cardinal, who again came over in the Nolan Arenado deal. And now Michael Talia is going to stand in. He tapped out to Max Fried in his first big league at bat and starts with another swing and a miss here in the fourth.
And now this is where Max has to go to damage control here. On our second one out. Keep this thing a tie ball game. Let your offense go to work in the bottom of the fourth.
Veteran pitchers are really smart. You got to assume that every youngster gets to the big leagues because they can hit the fastball. Fried has thrown 2 breaking balls back to back and gets ahead 0-2. Tripled up and just missed. Montero at second, 2 in, 1 out. And a 1-2 count for the Colorado first baseman. Nothing straight from Max Fried yet. And after a very economical start to his first 2 innings, Max is pushing towards 60 pitches here in the 4th inning. There's the fastball for show. It's 2-2.
You talk about Max being able to get the K in big situations. He's 4th on the team in strikeouts, but he's 1st with runners in scoring position. He knows how to make a pitch when he needs to.
On the ground, Dansby to his left, scoops, spins, and a strike to first. Runner to third, 2 outs. Fried keeps it on the infield. Another ground ball out. Good play by Dansby. And now the 8th place hitter, Bouchard, is coming up.
Yeah, that situation there, you'll trade an out for letting him get over to third. Now 1 out away. Bouchard last time did have one of the harder balls hit tonight, lined out to Grissom, and he made a beautiful leaping grab.
Bouchard, another man that the Rockies have brought up because he was swinging the bat well. 69 games at AAA. Bouchard hit 20 home runs. He'd settled for a single here with a runner at third. And he straightens him up, does Max Fried. Inside, ball 1. Montero at third after a run scoring double tied the game. Inning began with a Rogers leadoff triple. Diving try by Michael Harris. The ball got behind him. In straightaway center. Cron brought him home. Montero doubled home C.J. Cron to tie it up. The Braves runs came in the second and third innings. Dansby Swanson with an RBI double. Eddie Rosario with an RBI double.
Max looks a little frustrated right now. If you notice, his fastball's missing way into these right-handed hitters.
Let's see if d'Arnaud can get him back on track with a 2-1 count. At the bottom of the zone. 2-2.
Good slider.
Well, what's he got in mind here with an even count? Full count. Garrett Hampson is waiting on deck. The great Braves relay play looking bigger and bigger here in the fourth inning. Hampson was gunned down to keep it 1-0 Atlanta. The 3-2 pitch. Bouchard will see a seventh pitch, and you see Max has had to labor here in the fourth inning. His 26th offering. There's a good fastball right under his knuckles, and Bouchard swings and misses. Couple of strikeouts of the inning, but a couple of runs for Colorado, and we head to the home fourth. New ball game. Braves 2, Rockies 2 in game 1. Upstairs here in Atlanta, Nick Green down by the Braves dugout. Good ball game, 2-2. Colorado has just tied the game as Atlanta comes up here in the home fourth. And speaking of the fourth, this Sunday, September 4th, the Braves wrap up their weekend series with the Marlins with an exciting kids giveaway. The first 3,000 kids get a pair of Ronald Acuna Jr. replica sunglasses. You want to get here early for that? Get your tickets at braves.com/promos. No Ronald Acuna Jr. in the lineup again today, Nick Green. Do you have an update on how the knee's feeling and when we might expect to see him on the homestand?
Yeah, Snit said today, this is just to give him an extra day, and he said that if the playoffs started today, that he would be in there. He is available off the bench. We saw that on Sunday as well. But when you have a player like Acuna who relies so much on his legs and that knee isn't feeling 100%, it's nice to just be able to give him that day.
So that's certainly good news. Also good news, too, you saw in that camera shot, sitting right next to Ronald is Ozzie Albies. We saw Ozzie before the game today, Jeff, working on double play drills, agility drills around the second base bag. So it looks like he's getting closer and closer to beginning playing games on a rehab.
I'm just happy to see him back in the dugout.
Yeah.
You know, his smile, his personality, so upbeat to that team. And on Ronald's standpoint, look, you know, you got to feel that your team's good enough right now to go out here and win this ball game tonight. He's got to get healthy. And if that knee's barking a little bit, it takes 3 or 4 days, and that's what you have to do. But you need him for October, too.
Vaughn Grissom has a hit and a run scored. You've almost come to expect that every day for Vaughn.
Well, Chip, just talking to Snit today, talking about Ozzie Albies, and they took him on the trip to Pittsburgh and St. Louis to ramp up the baseball activities. He's supposed to start a rehab assignment on Thursday with Gwinnett, so that is great news. I watched him with Ron Washington, watch him swing the bat on the road, and he looked good.
How many at-bats does a guy need, Nick? Especially a middle infielder. You did that in the minor leagues. How long do you think Ozzie's going to need? How many at-bats, how many games before he's going to be up to speed, you think?
Well, Chip, you're probably asking the wrong person because I needed about 100 to even feel like I had a chance.
Well done.
For a guy like Ozzie, though, you're looking at probably 30, 35 at-bats, and he feels pretty good. I mean, take a look at how long he's been out, and I think that's the biggest thing. And they don't have to rush him right now with Vaughn playing so well. So I think it's smart to take your time.
Robbie Grossman jumps on the first pitch and drives one into left center. He thought about two. Now has to slam on the brakes and slides back safely at first.
I think to add on that, what Nick was saying too, I think, look, it's not even at bats for me with Ozzie. It's that foot running, you know, stopping, starting, standing out at second base, going first to home, and then you wake up the next day. Let's see how it feels. So I think it's going to be more of getting back in baseball shape than at bats. Look at, you know, for him, I think 3-4 games of 3-4 at bats, I think he would be ready to go personally. But again, like to me, I think it's going to be more of how he's feeling, running, cutting, doing all that.
Jeff, I hope that he's not listening to you. Because three or four at bats, I get it though. I mean,
3 or 4 games.
Or 3 or 4 games.
Yeah, 3 or 4 at bats.
Well, that's what is that?
That's 12,
15 at bats.
15 at bats. Yeah.
You know, but when you think about Ozzie in the running, you're exactly right. I mean, he's a guy that you want to be able to play in the field, but you do have the option of the DH as well. I talked to Snitker earlier about William Contreras and DHing him. They're going to expand the roster on Thursday. We know that, so you have to bring up one position player. And Snit mentioned the name Chadwick Tromp. He doesn't know exactly what's going to happen. But if you do something like that, that allows William to DH a little bit more as well. And Ozzie could factor in that DH moving forward also.
Hey, I'm all for DH and Chadwick Trump. He hit three big hits down in Florida that day. Would have been 3 doubles if he could have ran.
And the other part of Ozzie returning, Greeny, is something that I know Braves country wants to get an answer or at least speculate on. What's that do for Vaughn Grissom, who's played great at second base? Ozzie's a second baseman. What do the Braves do about that?
That's a good question, and that's something that I can't wait to see how they play this thing. But I talked to Vaughn the other day on the road trip, and he told me I'm a baseball player. I'm going to play whatever position they want me to play. So it would not surprise me at all if you see him getting some reps in the outfield.
So, Jeff, how easy is that transition for a guy to make at this level?
He's athletic. So to me, it's a little easier for him. Left field here, you know, I think he can learn. You know, is it ideal all the time? Maybe not. Is he going to be Adam Duvall right away out there, Gold Glove? Maybe not, but he's young, he's athletic, and if you hit, look, you're going to stay in the lineup, period.
So exciting times as the Braves have options, which is always a good thing to have.
I was going to say, there's many teams that don't have options.
2-2 for Dansby with Grossman at first, and that one poked back toward us. Jeff just out of reach.
Oh,
and it ricocheted
into the Rockies booth, and Ryan Spilborghs couldn't make the play.
Two. Oh, what a cut. Dansby fought that ball off, up and center cut.
Sure, we won't be giving them a hard time tomorrow.
Well, we said the Rocky team has had defensive troubles.
it goes all the way from down there up to the broadcast booth.
Dansby Swanson has sprayed the ball everywhere all year. Great season. Really love what he's done hitting second. And with all respect to Ronald Acuna Jr., you don't miss out a lot when Dansby hits first either. He's done a terrific job as a leadoff hitter.
I will say this, Snit has said for years he's batted Dansby 8th. We've seen him hit 9th. First, second, never complains, just shows up and plays.
Baseball player?
Yep.
Well, he's got the right side to play with here with a 2-2 count and a 2-2 game. Swing, fly ball well hit left. Bouchard spun the wrong way, almost slipped and fell and made the catch. And Grossman has to head back to first.
Yeah, that was tough on Robbie Grossman, figuring out he went to the ground first, looked like it was going to drop. He got turns. Whew.
It's one thing to turn the wrong way, but man, when your footing is lost and you still recover, that's quite a play. And Swanson is retired for the second time. Here's Harris. Michael reached on an error, and he too is flied out. And Urania gets ahead, strike one. Mention the Braves 4-0 this year against the Rockies. First time in franchise history the Braves went to Denver and swept a 4-game series. It was during the Atlanta 14-game winning streak that began the month of June. The Braves won 21 games that month. They have not had a double-digit loss month in the last 3 played. In fact, if the Braves win the final 2 games of this month, they'll go 19-9 in August. 3 straight months with single-digit losses.
That's the thing the Mets got to be thinking, man, what do we got to do to shake this team? Keep coming back.
Pitch. He is driven out of play, foul. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Michael Harris, part of the great run for the Braves this month. He's our Yellowwood, bringing the lumber feature.
Yeah, see that 341, over 1,000 OPS. The power too, 15 extra base hits. He's done it all. You know, 8 of 13 of Michael Harris's home runs too have come with 2 strikes.
He's been line to line too, man. He can hit lefties.
I go back to that 9th inning in Florida that day in Miami.
Scott.
Oh, 98 left center, about 420.
Grossman runs. Pitch is low. The throw to second is terrible. It's into center field. Grossman on his way to third.
Oh, Bud Black might get tossed right here, Chip.
So no strike call on a check swing, and Bud Black wants an explanation. And look at Bud Black. He thinks the inning should be over. Instead, it's a stolen base and an E2. Ooh.
From up here, I will tell you, it looked like he might have gone.
So the 10th error for the Colorado catcher. And Jeff Nelson might have given the Braves a swing on the house. Let's see if they can take advantage. Fouled away. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Already 81 pitches for Urania. He is not out of the 4th. Don't mind getting into the Colorado bullpen. The 2-2. Chopper to the right side. That should take care of the Braves, and it does. They strand a runner at third base, and our game stays tied as we move to the 5th. After a rainy start, lovely night in Atlanta. You see that on our Xfinity Live Look cam. Game 1 of 3 between the Braves and the Colorado Rockies. Max Fried will start the 5th inning with the 9-1 and 2 hitters in a 2-2 game. Garrett Hampson walked and was thrown out at the plate. That happened in the Colorado 3rd inning. You mentioned, Jeff, last inning Max's fastball was just a touch off. The last out was on a fastball. Last pitch, I should say, in the 4th inning. Good heater got Hampson behind in the count.
He's figured something out.
And a base hit to left. So a slider ripped for Hampson. He's a leadoff hitter for Colorado. And now Randall Grichuk is coming up. Braves A-list memberships are on sale for the 2023 season. As a 2023 full season member, you get all the benefits of next year's season and have priority access for all of this year's potential postseason home games. For more information on a full season membership and how you can get access to 2022 postseason games at Truist Park, go to braves.com/A-list. Colorado's now out-hit the Braves 6-5.
Man, if you go back, remember 3 outs on 2 pitches to start the game. Starting to climb a little bit, as you see. 69 pitches here into the 5th.
Max could use a double play ball. Yeah, 9 of those 69 pitches in the first inning for him. As that one's off the plate, even count. 1 ball, 1 strike. Dodgers Mets are tied 3-3. That game is in the top of the 6th inning up at Citi Field. It's been amazing in August. When the Braves win, the Mets win, and vice versa. There have not been many days where the Mets lose and the Braves win, or vice versa.
Yeah.
It is a 3-game deficit for Atlanta, with 3 games left head-to-head with the Mets. You'll recall the last 3 regular season home games, and those 3 are shaping up to be hugely important. Pitch, inside corner, strike. Grichuk. Now a 1-2 count. Line drive into right center field. That's down, and that's trouble. Harris over quickly, and Grichuk with a solid single, and the Rockies have runners first and third with nobody out. So Max has some work to do here. The dangerous part of the order's up in a run scoring situation.
Now that's one of those curveballs there that just kind of floated. Good job by Michael getting over there to cut it off and keep him at first base. But I give credit. I feel like the second time through the lineup, you've seen these Rockies hitters cut down their swings a little bit. Kind of playing pepper.
Well, as you look at Max's pitch count, as you said, very efficient early. They've made him work the last couple of innings, and he's got some heavy lifting to do here to keep it 2-2. Iglesias stung the ball in the first inning. Riley robbed him of a hit, and then he doubled in the third inning. That was the ball hit to left field that Rosario got to quickly, and a great relay pick and throw from Dansby Swanson for the third out at the plate. Again, Max has thrown 6 or more innings in 6 straight games, and 20 of 22. He's got some work to do here in the 5th inning. 1 ball, 1 strike. Braves will concede a run for a double play ball. Harris shortens up in center. Right off his knuckles. Man, that was a good pitch. 1-2.
This is where we talked about that stat earlier. Max first on the club with strikeouts with runners in scoring position. This would be the time that you really go with your best pitch and go for that swing and miss.
You get that,
and then you're double play ball away from getting out.
There you go. The 1-2. Fought off by Jose Iglesias. He's Has been a tough out for the Braves historically. This year he's 4 for 14 at the plate against Atlanta pitching. And 1 for 2 so far tonight. Line foul past the third base bag. And Iglesias will see a 6th pitch. It's what we say all the time. And look, there are no guarantees in this game. These are major league players playing for the Colorado Rockies, even though they're 19 games under 500, and they're giving one of the game's best pitchers quite a fight through the first 4+ innings tonight. Grichuk a short lead at first, and the 1-2. Little tapper back to the mound. Fried can't field it cleanly. A rare mistake by Max Fried, as one of the best fielding pitchers in the game. He flat out dropped it, and Iglesias gets a huge break, and instead of second and third one out, the bases are loaded after a pitcher's error.
Now that one moment right here, you see him look up, the ball just tipped off his glove, and unfortunately probably had the fastest runner on the Rockies, one of them.
So Rick Kranitz talking things over with Max Fried while they discuss strategy. Let's step aside for a quick word from Zaxby's.
Try Zaxby's Chicken Finger Plate with Tongue Torch, Zax Sauce, or any of our sauces.
So the bases are loaded for Brendan Rodgers. He hit that triple that sunk in front of Michael Harris. The ball got by him and rolled all the way to the center field fence. Rodgers leads all big league second basemen in hits. He's tied for first in RBIs. A very dangerous man in this spot.
You can see the Braves playing for the double play here. They're not coming home, not in the 5th.
One thing we know about Max, you get him mad, he can take his game to a whole nother level. And after his first error this season, you can almost see the steam coming from beneath the bill of that Braves cap.
Well, he's such a good fielding pitcher off the mound that, you know, that he can make those in his sleep. He just happened to look up and the ball didn't get to his glove.
A ball and a strike for Rodgers. The top 4 hitters for the Rockies have reached base 5 times in this game. And Rodgers, with the bases loaded and no outs, digs in. Jay Jackson is getting up in the Braves bullpen. Two balls, one strike. Chopper hit toward third. Riley's going to come home. There's one. That's a good outcome. Hampson's out at the plate for the second time in the game.
Well, like I said, they were playing for the double play, but when you get weak contact like that, Austin did exactly what you're supposed to do. Another pretty quick runner, so Travis, good job here, just making sure you get the one out. Now with Crone up, you got a dangerous hitter, but also a double play candidate here on a ground ball.
He swung at the first pitch last time and hit a rope into center field, so be careful with that. Going now up to 85 RBIs. Let's keep it right there. You get out of this. Oh, what a big lift that would be for Max and the Braves in a 2-2 game. Crone this year is second on the Rockies team in double plays. He's hit into 14 of them. Even count.
Well, I've noticed the last two batters too, you see Max starting to work away some. I mean, I feel like these Rockies hitters started cheating on him, opening up everything in the slider, the fastball. And just a couple pitches here away has got them not as, to me, comfortable.
Open stance for Crone. The pitch. Swing and a miss. And the recoil got a piece of Travis d'Arnaud behind the plate. Let's see where. We see that so much with the big swings that big league hitters take. Catchers take a lot of punishment on the barrel of the bat too.
Around the back of the head.
Well, the curveball has been very effective against Crone. Will Max throw a fourth in a row? He did, but it missed. 2-2 your count.
But even with that missing, I like that it was away, kind of changed his eye angle. Now you can, to me, drop that curveball back kind of on the front, or you can try to throw that slider down in the zone and get him to roll over.
Fastball. It had to look like it was 103, not 93.
He swung at it like it was.
This is one of those nights where it looked early like Max had A+ stuff. He doesn't. He has given you a great chance to stay in the game. But he's got no place to put C.J. Crone, who digs in with a 2-2 count. Little tapper. It's slowly hit. That's going to score a run. Soft contact brings home Randall Grichuk, and Colorado takes the lead on an infield out. 3-2 game.
Boy, bad break because you got the weak contact you wanted, just slow enough with his grass being wet too. That's the hard thing. If Vaughn waits for that ball to get all the way to second, there's no guarantee you get the guy at second. Made the smart move. Now Max gets out of this. It's not what he wanted, but at the same time, with 15 outs left from an offensive standpoint, you feel very good.
Yeah, down one.
Yeah.
After all the bases were loaded, nobody out. So here's Elias Diaz, the Colorado catcher. He has singled and struck out. Base open. You've got Montero waiting on deck.
Yeah, to me, this is where you want action here. You got a slow base runner. If the ball's anywhere on the ground, you feel good about getting them at first.
Early on, Max had everything working. Now it's a real struggle to find a go-to pitch. And the Rockies have worked him over for 64 pitches in the last 3 innings. Dangerous count here. 2 balls, no strikes. Little chopper hit toward third. That is a fair ball. Riley throws. Olsen the scoop, and they got it. Wow. Oh, what a big gamble by Riley.
I thought he was maybe going to let it go, but give him credit. Knew he had a slow base runner. And boy, he made the perfect throw.
Colorado settles for 1 and a 3-2 lead.
veterans, and I think, you know, I'm a big golfer, so I think, you know, Topgolf, I don't think has ever done anything like this, so I think this was just kind of, you know, the perfect little storm. Teaming up with Red, White, and Blue, support the military, hit golf balls, and eat a little bit and have fun.
Such a great cause for Austin Riley to team up with Team Red, White, and Blue. Offers a community for military veterans focused on mental and physical health and wellness. Max Fried, AJ Minter, Tyler Matzik, Travis Darno, Von Grissom, and Brian Snicker all attended. And over $80,000 was raised last night at Topgolf Atlanta. Just a great cause, guys.
Great cause, great kid.
Yeah, I was going to say, Snit, some of the other guys going, that tells you everything you need to know about how they feel about this man.
So Austin Riley will dig in for the third time against Jose Urena, who's now been given new life. He enjoys a 3-2 lead, but not an easy ride for Urena in the fifth inning. The 3, 4, 5 hitters are coming up for the Braves. Matt has had a bunch of chances in this game. They have left 6 on base, 5 of those 6 in scoring position. So got to improve on that over these final 5 innings. And with Urena, he will walk you if you let him. He entered tonight's game 31 walks, 31 strikeouts. He walked Riley and Olson back to back in the Atlanta first. And those were the last 2 bases on balls. After that, Urena struck out for the next 5 hitters. And that's, as you said, Jeff, what's so perplexing about this guy. He has really good stuff, but it's been so in and out over the course of a 38-59 big league career.
Yeah. He's had, even versus the Braves with those numbers, not great, but he's had innings where he's looked unhittable.
A 95-mile-an-hour sinker almost kneecapped Austin Riley. It's a full count. Matt Olson waits on deck. Line into left field. Good at bat for Riley. He's aboard for the 3rd time. He's doubled and singled in the game, and the tying run is aboard to start the inning.
114 off the bat. That's beautiful. He got the 3-2 slider last time and walked her his first time up. This time gets a sinker. Beats it to the spot. Beautiful.
That ball was crushed.
Yeah. Well, he's so quiet and then just throws the hands at it. And he's so big and strong. That's all he's got to do.
How many do you think he hit over the net at Topgolf last night?
A few.
So Matt Olson, the batter, and he takes up and away. 1 ball, no strikes.
At least I hope he did.
He better. Remember early in the year when the Braves were getting their homers, but they were with bases empty. A lot of solo homers to start the season. That has started to turn around for the Braves, and Matt Olson's had a hand in that too.
Yeah, this year Atlanta's got 80 home runs with men on. Opponents only 40, half the number.
That's what makes this team so exciting to think about. Postseason play 1 through 9. Anybody can leave the ballpark. Very balanced, very deep, very powerful offense, which was their calling card in postseason play last year. Try to yank that one out and didn't get it. Now the Rockies will shift with a 2-2 count. Montero, the man shifting to the right side. That hits one of those check swing beauties to left. He'd be in business. That big hole down the line. And he tried to.
Yes, he did.
I think we're seeing more of that in the game. Would you agree with that?
Well, I think in key situations,
Yeah.
certain situations, 7-1, 8-1, you don't tend to see it, guys. Guys are still taking their full hacks. But in a game like this, pennant race, tight, yeah, I think a sinker baller like this, why not try to shoot that side, especially with no outs.
And Olsen takes a full count.
First inning, he got to the same spot, threw him a 3-2 changeup that he took for ball 4, same as Riley did. Now this last at bat, Riley got a sinker. Let's see if Olsen gets the same.
Swing and a miss. Matt is down on strikes. It was the change. 1 on and 1 out for Travis d'Arnaud, who's part of our player comparison tonight. Jeff, that's brought to you by our friends at Landmark.
Now you can see just in those numbers the difference in Atlanta and Colorado. Only Real Muto and Will Smith have more RBIs than d'Arnaud as a catcher. The only catcher in MLB with more home run than the Contreras brothers, Cal Raleigh, to the Mariners with 18.
We'll see the Mariners on our next road trip.
Yes.
Oakland, Seattle, and San Francisco, the 3-city tour out west. We'll leave for that after we wrap up our series with the Marlins here at home on Sunday. Got some work to do tonight, though, as Colorado has scored the last 3 runs in this game. Urania 2 pitches shy of 100 now, and action's begun in the Rockies bullpen. Justin Lawrence gets the first call to warm up. Up and in, 2-2. Much better performance for Urania this time out. Remember, 9 runs on 9 hits in an inning and a third last time out. Braves had him down 2-0 tonight. This one's deflected off his glove again. The peg to first is going to be in time. Runner at second with 2 outs. That's twice tonight. The Braves have played Pepper with the glove of Jose Urania.
Caught a break there. I actually thought Rogers might have time to throw this over to second. Watch this, off his glove. I thought he would have had plenty of time to turn, but gives the Braves a chance to tie it here with a base hit.
And so the Rockies want to discuss strategy here. You've got the left-hand hitting Rosario up. He doubled off the wall his last time. And then the right-hand hitting William Contreras to follow with a base open. We'll see what the Rockies do after we step aside for a word from Delta.
Delta, proud to be the official airline of the 2021 World Champion Atlanta Braves.
Braves are 2 for 9 tonight with runners in scoring position. Let's see if Eddie can pick up his second hit with a runner at second or third. He doubled home Austin Riley back in inning number 3. That made it 2-0 Braves. Eddie Rosario knows all about big moments in a big league game. NLCS MVP last year. See what he does with 2 outs here. On the ground to second, and Urania's going to get out of it. The peg to first is in time, and Urania's through 5 with a 3-2 lead in game 1 of our series in Atlanta. Eyes on that. Mark Canha in the bottom of the 4th inning hit a solo home run up at Citi Field, and that ties the game 3-3. They move to the 7th inning in the Big Apple. Dodgers 3, Mets 3. That's important because the Braves are 3 games back in the East. In the wild card standings, the Braves have a commanding 7-game lead over the Phillies for the top wild card spot. The Brewers are 1.5 games behind the Padres for the final National League playoff spot. Here against the Rockies, we head to the 6th inning. Jay Jackson will take over for Max Fried. Jeff, 5 innings, 7 hits, 3 runs, 2 earned, 1 walk, 3 strikeouts for the Braves left-handed starter.
Yeah, for St. Louis, started 3rd of inning, got a big strikeout. Let's see that career for him. Max only able to 5 innings. Here you're hoping Jackson can get you at least 1, if not 2 scoreless. Keep this game right where it's at.
Yeah, so the 5 innings snaps that impressive 6 innings or more streak for Max Fried. And the Braves down a run will face Elihuris Montero leading off the 6th inning. Montero has doubled home a run. And he ambushes the first one and skies it to left. Rosario is there. 1 pitch and 1 out.
We like that, don't we?
Yep. And Jackson filling the role of Jackson Stevens, who's on the concussion IL. And these are hugely important innings. Save your key guys at the end of the game. Hope your offense can come back.
You know, it's funny. You get to this time of year, and the #1 question you see managers get asked. I've watched the last 2 weeks. You know, different games, different managers, seeing the clips. Why did you bring this guy in? You can't just keep running your main 2 or 3 guys out there, even if you're down an inning or down a run.
And again, the big rule change this year, you're only allowed a maximum of 13 pitchers.
Exactly, and then 14 soon. But yeah, you got to have other guys be able to step up and get outs for you, important outs.
Michael Toglia, the batter. He skies one to the left side. Dansby says he's got it. Lone Ranger on the left side in that shift. And Jackson quickly has 2 outs. To your point, I remember Bobby Cox used to say all the time, A, you sign up for 162, but B, the other guys have to play too.
100%.
They're on the team for a reason.
Well, you remember Sunday day games, man. Bobby always play 1 or 2 guys, let them get in there, let them get ABs, get going, because especially then, because you had a pitcher hitting, so you knew guys were getting pitch hit opportunities. But same thing in the pen, you can't keep going. You see Dylan Lee, Mentor, those guys have got to have a break at some point.
Sean Bouchard, the batter, and he ropes one into left. Rosario will play that on a hop, and the ball jumps off Bouchard's bat. He's hit it hard twice. And that's his first base hit of the game. It comes with 2 outs.
Yeah, but I think that's just, to finish that point off. You got to be able to first career hit.
So that baseball will make his way to his trophy case. Congratulations to Bouchard. It was not a cheapie.
No, he smoked that one off Max earlier in the game too. Get that one and put it in the somewhere special.
Way high with the breaking ball. 1 ball, no strikes.
And I think the other point that's tough sometimes with this Braves team, the offense is so good that a lot of fans, people say, man, you're only down 2 in the 6th, 7th inning. Why did you not bring Mentor in? Why did you not bring these guys in? And because you keep throwing them like that, they're not going to be worth anything come September and October.
They'll break.
Yeah, 100%.
1 ball, no strikes. A bunt try. D'Arnaud pounces, spins, fires a strike to first. Pretty play. Garrett Hampson tried to bunt for a single. D'Arnaud sniffed that out and sends us to the home 6th in a 1-run game.
Landmark Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. And by Xfinity. Supercharge your home with supersonic Wi-Fi. Unbeatable internet, only from Xfinity.
Back in Atlanta, we head to the home sixth inning. Colorado enjoys a 3-2 lead. The 7, 8, 9 hitters will be coming up for the Braves. Hopefully a rally is in store for us, Jeff. That's our fueling up feature presented by Racetrack. Need some magic against the sub-500 Rockies.
Yeah, well, the one thing the Braves have done is they've taken care of business when they're supposed to, and that's what good ball clubs do. Let's see the home runs, OPS over 800. When you're averaging 5.4 runs a game with the pitching staff and the bullpen the Braves got, you're going to be well over 500.
Justin Lawrence has struggled away from Coors Field of late, as you see. And the first pitch by Contreras is hit toward Bouchard in left. And at the edge of the track, he'll haul that in for out number one. Here's an amazing stat when you compare the Braves and Rockies at this point in the season. You know all about altitude and how the pitchers struggle to get through 5 innings. Well, that's borne out in the stats. Coming into play tonight, the Colorado bullpen has thrown 109 more innings than the Braves relief corps has.
Wow.
We got a month left.
Yeah.
Hopefully that's something Atlanta can take advantage of with their final 11 outs. Another first pitch. This one's fouled off Grissom's foot. And Vaughn behind 0-1.
Well, you can see the righty in the face majority of these right-handed hitters. Right-handed batters hitting a $167 off them this year compared to lefties. We're hitting at a 348 clip.
Rockies bullpen has a better ERA than their starting staff. They've walked almost 200 men. Another shot toward left, and that one again just shy of the warning track for Grissom. And quickly 2 men out in the Atlanta sixth, and Robbie Grossman, your hitter. Ball's not traveling all that much tonight. A couple of shots early in the game off the brick wall. Dansby had a ball hit off the fence. Then we had a heavy downpour here about 2 hours before first pitch. But 73 degrees as we got things started here at Truist Park. Here's Robbie. Grossman has singled, stolen a base, and he was left stranded in the Braves fourth. Braves have left 7 on base, 6 in scoring position. This guy's got a funky arm action, doesn't he?
Yeah, man. Amazing how the velocity is able to get on that from that arm angle too.
Tyler Matzik, the former Rocky, is up in the Braves bullpen. Looks like he'll come out for the 7th inning. Breaking ball over the outside corner. That was an impressive frame. 3 outs on 6 pitches. We go to the 7th.
Local Ford dealer. Delta Airlines. Keep climbing. And by Truist. When you start with care, you get a different kind of bank.
Yeah, I hope the skipper Bobby Cox is watching the game tonight. Skipper Pam, we miss you. Hope you're doing well. Hope the Braves can come back tonight. We've got 3 innings of baseball left between the Braves and Rockies. Tyler Matzik will go to work in the 7th inning. And at the top of the order, Grichuk, Iglesias, and Brendan Rodgers coming up.
Yeah, no different than what Jackson did. You're looking for 0 from Matzik, and again, give this offense a chance to put 1 to tie and 2 to win.
Matzik last pitched in St. Louis. In fact, he's pitched in only 2 games since August 21st. So Tyler ought to be pretty well rested. Hopefully he's got his A+ stuff. Remember, Matzik was a former Rocky drafted in the same draft as Randall Grichuk and Mike Trout. And you might recall Tyler, in his major league debut as a starting pitcher, beat the Braves.
Yep.
Now he'll try to hold the Rockies to a 1-run lead with Grichuk scoring the go-ahead run. It was a tough break for Fried. He got a ground ball off the bat of Cron. It was just too softly hit to get to.
Yep.
Braves got an out of it, but Colorado's taking the lead.
The error before that too, that plays we see him make all the time.
So that unearned run is the difference in the game. And you got to figure with runs so scarce for Colorado, you hold them to 3, you've got a shot. The Braves will have the 1, 2, 3 hitters coming up after the stretch. Same part of the order up for Colorado here. 1 ball, 1 strike. I believe it was Tyler Matzek drafted 11th in the same draft as Randall Grichuk, who will have one of the greatest bragging rights things in baseball history. He's picked ahead of Mike Trout. 1 spot. With the Angels. The 1-2 pitch.
I think anybody in that draft, the team's going to be saying, I don't care how good they were. Yeah, we probably should have drafted Mike Trout.
With all due respect,
yeah.
Right? One-two pitch. Two balls, 2 strikes. Line down the left field line and over the netting into the seats. Hal Galima reminds me that Grichuk and Matzek were #1 picks in the 2009 draft. Remember who went #1 that year?
2009?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe David Bryce?
Nope. A little later. Right-handed pitcher, our division. Hurt a lot.
Steven Strasburg?
Bingo. Two balls, 2 strikes. Base is empty for Grichuk.
He's battling Matzek.
He's going to see an 8th pitch. Another foul ball. Good fastball velocity from Matzek. He's been in the 95, 96 range. The pitch. Oh, that one scatters everybody in the Rockies dugout. That one left a mark.
Coming in hot.
At first glance, those dugouts look like a million miles away from the plate until a foul ball like that
happens.
Heads your way. Luckily, everybody's all right. Pitch number 10 now. Grichuk doing a good job as the Colorado leadoff man.
The 11th pitch coming now.
One more strike, Tyler. But now a full count. Iglesias and Rogers are coming up next. In the air toward right.
Stay in.
Grossman is there, and he makes the catch up against the netting. Matzik needed that.
Man, what a battle.
12 pitches. So a good start to the 7th inning, and fans, the MLB Ballpark app will complete your next visit to Truist Park. Buy and manage game tickets, unlock offers, access exclusive content, and much more. Download the MLB Ballpark app today. After the stretch, the Braves will have the top of the order coming up. It's a 1-run Colorado game. Key play in this game came off the bat of Iglesias. That little dribbler that Max Fried flubbed instead of an out. That loaded the bases for the Rockies. They didn't get the ball out of the infield, but they got a run out of it. And that run the difference to this point. And this one is corked towards short, and Dansby can't catch up. So Iglesias aboard with a 1-out single, his second hit of the game. He keeps on keeping on against the Braves as the Rockies look to add some insurance here in the 7th inning. Hope you'll stick around for the stretch. As always, it's presented by our friends at Synovus. Trevor with Gordon Beckham and Peter Moylan standing by.
That's quite the duo out there.
Brendan Rodgers, the hitter, he's tripled and scored in 3 trips to the plate. I always wonder, after a long sequence by an offensive player, what effect that has on the pitcher with the batters to follow. If that pitch is any indication, Matzik's looking pretty loose. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Yeah, he's had better luck lately with that slider for him, and it's made his fastball to me much more dynamic. Early in the year, he didn't have control of that slider at all, and guys were just hunting all over that fastball.
Very short lead by Iglesias. Matzik stares him down. And this one popped behind first. Foul ground. Long run. Olsen to the warning track. Makes the over the shoulder catch. That was a pretty play.
Beautiful. Does such a good job too of getting back there where, yes, you're not able to turn around, but still you have such a good angle of that ball coming right over your head into the glove.
So Matzik has C.J. Cron in his way. Cron with an RBI single in the 4th inning. Hit the slow ground ball that scored Randall Grichuk. So a 2 RBI game for Cron. 86 of them now. And the Rockies didn't make any deals at the deadline. I thought this would be a prime candidate to move. 86 RBI man.
You know, you wonder, was the asking price too high, and you know all that goes into consideration.
Nothing in 1. to center. Harris drifting back and to the warning track. He's got enough room, and that will send us to the stretch. It's a 3-2 Colorado game. Big happenings on Bally Sports. More on that. Let's join Trevor out on the Plaza stage.
The Stretch is brought to you by Synovus, the bank that helps you get there.
Welcome into The Stretch, presented by Synovus. Now, having two rookies come up and make a play for NL Rookie of the Year is a luxury of the highest order. Calling up a third rookie to make his case of his own is absolutely insane. It's a testament to the scouting and development within this organization, something that is a point of pride for everyone you could ever ask.
The guys, they make me so proud. They make our staff proud. But it's even more exciting, to see young rookies contributing to a good major league team that's, fighting to defend their title.
How about the youth movement in Atlanta tonight?
We really get excited when we can look on our phones, turn on our TVs. We see these guys playing in the major league ballpark, helping our team. That's the true joy of what we do.
Guys like Spencer Strider, Michael Harris II, and Vaughn Grissom, all of which you saw working there, are just incredible to see how they fit right in seamlessly. And again, testament to the work being done at that level.
Well, even I know growing up in Australia that there's one thing that this team did. It was develop players, and they've done it for a long, long time, whether it was position players, whatever it happened to be. That's what they did in the Braves organization, and we're seeing it again this year, and they're making an impact at the big league level instantly.
It's really nice for them to come up to in a playoff race. They have to come up. They're not thinking about themselves and their stats. They're thinking about winning ball games. That's a really big plus as a rookie.
And they fit seamlessly. Let's get you back to some more Braves baseball after a quick word from our friends at Synovus.
Opportunity won't always come to you, but with Synovus as your bank, you can always go towards it. Synovus, get there.
3-2 Colorado. Time for some lucky sevens here for the Braves. Who better to get things started than number 7, Dansby Swanson. Top of the order for the Braves. Harris and Riley to follow against Justin Lawrence, who put together a 1-2-3 home 6th inning.
So it's amazing. You're seeing that pitch right there, 97, and you're wondering how's he getting hit at times at the clip that he is.
See why this guy's so tough on righties. It looks like a real long arm action as the ball's behind his back, but man, he's got a real buggy whip and a quick release.
And again, 96, 97. It's not like it's 92, so it gives you kind of a time to really think about it.
Big hole right side for Swanson. And he hits this one in the air to Bouchard in left. Braves are playing pepper with him. That will be out number 1. Really enjoyed what Trevor and the guys had to say in the stretch about Prospects Week. That's a big feature for us at Bally Sports, an exclusive series showcasing the Braves' top young stars and developmental system. Prospect Week continues on Twitter at Braves on Bally, and during our Braves coverage all week on Bally Sports South, Bally Sports Southeast, and the Bally Sports app. Christina Atkins doing such a great job with those features.
It'll be a lot of fun.
And this young man, no longer a prospect. He's the real deal. Michael Harris.
Yeah, you kind of do what he's done and get that kind of a deal. Prospect's kind of thrown out the window.
Looking for a hit tonight, batting second for the first time for the Braves. And it's an even count. 1 ball, 1 strike.
I like personally moving him up in this situation. I love the Dansby, Olsen, Riley. Like, the lineup felt shorter again.
That ball is lined into right field. It's a base hit. Michael Harris doing what he does in the late innings, Jeff. It's remarkable. And now with this long arm action of the pitcher Lawrence, let's see if the Braves put him in motion.
You can see the sweep on it. He jammed Michael a little bit, but Michael able to get the bat head through. It'll be interesting now. All three right-handed batters we've seen against Lawrence have gotten out just out in front of that slider, and it's been a fly ball to left field. See if Austin can stay back on it and drive it in the gap.
They haven't gotten him out yet. He's walked, doubled, scored, and singled. And they shade him way around toward right in the outfield. I mean, there's a ton of acreage in left field for him, and room in the left center field gap, to your point. 1 ball, no strikes. Tying run aboard for the Braves with 1 man down. Dodgers lead the Mets 4-3 that game in the top of the 8th inning. So it's almost as late here at Truist Park in Atlanta. Riley also has a lot of room on the right side in the infield. Harris is running. The pitch is low. Diaz's throw, no chance. Harris is 16 out of 16 in stolen bases, Jeff, and boy has he been great in the late innings there too.
Yeah, 7th inning on now. 11 for 11 in stolen bases. It's been interesting all night. Chip, Diaz's throws have been pulled way left to second base. And you love this now because with Riley and Olsen, you know what, you love that you got 2 opportunities here to tie the ball game up. And with both their abilities to hit the long ball, even take the lead.
He held up. 3-1.
Interesting to see if Riley gets on, if Bud Black goes to that pen. As I said, Lawrence not great against lefties.
Three balls and a strike. Oh, he got away with a hanger. Full count.
Best pitch in baseball. We talk about it. The backup slider. If that does what it's supposed to do, he probably absolutely crushes it somewhere.
Yeah, he hits it to the bullpen where Dinelson.
If he could do that again, he'd do it right now.
So big pitch in the game for Riley. 3 balls, 2 strikes. On the ground, it's hit to short. Iglesias will make the peg to first. Runner at third, 2 outs, and Matt Olson is the batter. So you've got lefty versus righty. Olson with plenty of power. He's also extremely patient. We'll see what gives here. Matt is 0 for 2 and walked in the first inning. How about one of those sliders in the dirt? We'll take a run any way we can get it.
Or a frisbee, and we go up to the chop house.
And we know Matt can go up there, don't we?
Yeah, right on the pergola.
He tried to and didn't get it. Strike 1.
Matt, another clutch hitter in late innings. 27 RBIs from the 7th inning on, tied for 3rd in the NL.
Golf towards second, and the Rockies are going to get out of another jam. The Braves have left 8 on base, 7 in scoring position through 7 innings in Game 1 at Truist Park.
Atlanta Braves baseball is brought to you by Toyota. Visit your local Toyota dealers today. Toyota, let's go places. The Georgia Lottery. Today could be the day. And by Yellowwood. If it doesn't have this yellow tag, you don't want it.
3-2 Colorado. We are through 7 innings here at Truist Park. Another call to the bullpen for Braves manager Brian Snitker. This time it is right-hander Kirby Yates. Yates last pitched on the 24th of August up in Pittsburgh. So that was 6 days ago. Yates trying to make his way back from Tommy John surgery. Pretty remarkable. This man made his debut 20 days ago. It was 725 days between major league appearances for him. So hopefully he has his good stuff here in the 8th inning with Diaz, Montero, and Talia coming up.
Man, you hate it for him, and the fact that you can see the velocities there, just the two seam. It's not as sharp yet as he would like it to be.
Even when you're 100%, and Yates is, even when you're not coming back from injury, it's tough to get hits. It's tough to get hitters out. He's still trying to find his way in the heat of a pennant race for the Braves. This will be a good time for a spotless 8th. There you go. There's that split, his trademark pitch. All-star and 41 saves for Kirby Yates back in 2019.
That's the pitch you want to start seeing from him a little bit. 93 running in on the right-handed hitters, not out over the plate.
He's got the Colorado catcher behind in the count. Diaz 1 for 3 tonight. Two splitters, two four-seam fastballs for the Colorado backstop. Two and two. Carlos Estevez is warming up in the Rockies bullpen. He's been tough. They'll have their 5, 6, 7 hitters coming up. Need a couple of base runners to get the top of the lineup back up there in the 9th if it comes to that. The pitch. Swing and a miss. There's a good split. And Yates off to a good start. Let's hope that continues after a word from Truist.
Tim always offered the best advice.
Hit it nice and firm.
Today, Tim is a teammate at Truist, where you can get personalized insights right on the app.
Montero with one out. It is always a cautionary tale when you trade a superstar. Obviously, the immediate fan reaction is disappointment, right? Nolan Arenado, one of the game's great players. He's having a super year with St. Louis. Elihuris Montero came back from the Cardinals in that deal. Don't know if he'll be as good as Nolan Arenado. Only time will tell. Here he is, though. And playing a hand in the Rockies 3-2 lead. He's 1 for 3 with an RBI double.
You start looking what can make your team better, and I think for them it was freeing up some money, getting some prospects back, but they're not just one piece away.
Well, especially in that division, right?
Yep.
And how do you compete with the Dodgers, for example, as that ball's hit to right and Yates has the second out? As tough as that is to swallow, everybody in Braves country is pulling for the Dodgers tonight. All LA has done is go 51 games over 500, and they're going for their 90th win tonight.
Yeah.
And obviously we hope they get it. They're playing the Mets, and they're leading in the 8th inning 4-3. Michael Talia is the batter. In his debut, he's 0 for 3. Bouchard will follow. He picked up his first big league hit earlier. And in for a strike. We've got 6 outs left against the Rockies, down only 1 run. Big shift on for Michael Talia. There's a big swing. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
He's getting some good action on that splitter tonight.
It's an important inning for the Braves. See if Yates can end it right here with the Rockies' 7th place hitter. On the ground, Grissom knocks it down, picks it up, long throw, and that's going to be too late. Grissom had to range to his right. It didn't stick, and Colorado gets a base runner with 2 outs. We'll await the score.
Yeah, I was going to say, I thought that would that's a play that I think Vaughn will tell you he could make. Just kind of, he got over there in time. Kind of overran it a little bit.
And once it didn't stick, that was all she wrote. As Bouchard, the batter, a single in the 6th inning for his first as a big leaguer. And sprayed out of play into the second deck here at Truist Park, where we drew 34,237 tonight. Braves continued to draw exceptionally well. We'll go over 2.6 million by the end of this series. 2.7 million, you figure, after the weekend with the Marlins.
Wow.
Just past 10 o'clock. Glad you're with us on Bally Sports all across the Southeast. Nick Green downstairs by the dugout. Chip and Jeff upstairs. Gretchen Caney, our terrific producer. Mike Miller, our director. The rest of our fantastic crew with you in Atlanta, including our statistician Hal Galima. Open for a comeback tonight. There's another good split. Has Bouchard down to his last strike. Two and two. They are now in the 9th inning in New York. Dodgers 4, Mets 3. 1-run game there, 1-run game here. We've got 6 outs left. Credit to the Rockies tonight, Jeff. They've had 4 or 5 at bats of 6 or 7 pitches or more.
Yeah, that one back. I go to Grichuk with Masick, 12 pitches.
Sean Bouchard will see his 6th pitch. And he drives that toward right center. Robbie is there, and Kirby Yates gets us to the bottom of the 8th inning. Darno, Rosario, and Contreras are coming up.
Driving, and by Synovus, the bank that helps you get there.
Sure. 3-2's your score. We head to the bottom of the 8th inning. As we talked about earlier tonight, Thursday we'll have baseball from the bleachers with newly announced special guest Brian McCann joining us. So we hope you'll join us at 6:30 from the Coors Light Chop House for baseball from the bleachers. You see Ryan McMahon. He takes over at third base for Colorado. And a tough hombre is on to pitch, Carlos Estevez, who's allowed 1 earned run since the All-Star break.
Yeah, he's been one of the better relievers for the last month and a half. He's got a big arm, 97, 98.
So Darno, Rosario, and Contreras are the Braves hitters. Need a bloop and a blast.
Actually got 311 career appearances as a Rocky. Chip, sixth most all time for Rockies pitchers.
And no gray hair. Look at that. Pitching half those.
Pitching in that park.
Right. Darno 1 for 2 with a homer against this guy. We'd like a similar result right here. The pitch. Not to be. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Travis is 0 for 3. Had a couple of balls deflected off the glove of Jose Urena. And that just missed. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Something Brian Snitker does, something Bud Black does very well, I think, is mixing and matching the bullpen. Not just stuff and not just lefty righty, but guys with different funky arm angles and deliveries.
That's the one advantage of having a pitching coach for a manager when it comes to that.
And Darno chases another one. He struck out on a similar pitch in the first inning. He's out number 1 in the 8th against Estevez. 1 out. Here's Rosario, an RBI double that came in the 3rd for the Braves. That was the last run Atlanta scored. In fact, since that 3rd inning, the Braves have 3 hits, all of them singles. They've had base runners. They've had base runners at 2nd or 3rd, but 7 of their 8 men left on have been in scoring position in a 1-run game. McMahon, the lone defender on the left side of the infield for Colorado.
That fastball sometimes for him can live up in that zone, so you really got to do a great job of telling yourself to see it down. I think 98 letter high is tough to catch up to.
How about a walk and a homer? That would work, wouldn't it? However, one reason why Estevez has been so good since the All-Star break, he has not walked a batter this month.
Well, with the stuff he has, it's tough to string 3-4 hits in a row.
Took a shot at left, and that's back into the crowd. It's 2-2. They go to the bottom of the 9th inning in New York. 4-3. Dodgers have the lead. We'll keep you updated on that. Hopefully Rosario can make his way to first base here with 1 out. Ooh, pretty good pitch, but too low. Says Jeff Nelson, full count. There's the first walk in the month of August, and the tying run is aboard with 1 out.
Well, why this becomes so important too, Chip, is even if they're able to get out of the 8th, as you see Heredia comes in to run for Rosario, who's still kind of dealing with some leg issues. You at least flip the lineup again and get the top of the lineup if you need in the 9th, or if you get a couple more guys here, you give those guys a chance to drive it in the 8th. Well, Contreras coming off a terrific road trip. 8 hits, 6 runs, a homer. He's on pace for 21 homers. Number 18 would be just fine with Braves country right here. It would turn the game around. And this is where the Braves have been so good late innings. They do not give an inch. 53 homers from the 7th inning on for this Braves offense. And again, no soft spots when it comes to power. William has a ton of room if he can pull a ball over McMahon's head at 3rd. CB says he went. Heredia, the pinch runner for Rosario, with 1 out. Oh, what a rip. But fouled back. It's 0-2 with Vaughn Grissom waiting on deck. But Black knows that was a hittable pitch, and William just missed it. Served over the netting. Nice job to get wood to that baseball. Still 0-2. Braves trying to get Max Fried off the hook. They've got the tying run at first in the 8th. Wasted high. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The 1-2 pitch.
That would have hit him.
Yeah. You see him checking his bat. He was able to somehow foul that one off and stay alive.
So William will see a 6th pitch. He can hit the ball to the right side too. They hold the runner at first, of course. A lot of room that way as well. The set and pitch. Swing and a miss. And 2 are out. So it's up to Grissom if the Braves are to score here in the 8th inning. Vaughn has an infield hit, a stolen base, and he scored the first of the 2 Braves runs.
Well, you sat on deck and just got a close eye on what he did to Contreras before, so you got to believe he's coming those high fastballs and then going to work that slider off the outside part of the plate.
Well, if he throws that slider close, we've seen Vaughn hit the ball to right too.
Yeah.
And then you've got the switch hitting Grossman waiting on deck.
And even if you can get one in the gap with the ready of speed, you might see Ron Washington take a chance.
There's another run scored tonight for the Braves. This is this young man's 19th big league game. He scored 16 runs.
He's doing some damage there.
Oh, another rip. Tell you what, this is a game where the Atlanta offense has gotten 5 or 6 pitches just like that one, where they've just been off a tick.
Yep.
That's why Vaughn almost swung out of his spikes. That was center cut at 96 and fouled off the catcher. Little bigger lead for Heredia, the 1-1 count. Down the right field line, but out of play, and the Braves have 1 strike left in the 8th inning.
Well, that's the thing with the velocity. You don't have to pull the ball. You can square it up, and that ball will fly to right center.
One ball, 2 strikes. 3-2 Colorado. What a tantalizing pitch that was, but it was up in the zone. 2-2.
Great job laying off.
Well, he got an advantage now with a full count. Heredia will be running with the pitch. Remember, we had a lot of rain in Atlanta. Wet baseball, wet outfield. Already seen some unsteady footing from these Rockies defenders. Vaughn put it in play and see if you could chase Heredia around and get this thing tied. 3 balls, 2 strikes in a 3-2 game. So here we go, full count. Runner goes, and the pitch fouled away.
It's a good AB. It's a tough pitcher that Grissom's facing. He's up there battling him.
And seeing him for the first time.
Yep.
So again, we try it 3-2. Ball 4. He's something else. For Grissom, another walk. And now the winning run is at first. The tying run is in scoring position. And Robbie Grossman is coming up. He's a switch hitter, and the Rockies want to talk it over.
But before we get back to Grossman, let's take a quick message from Landmark.
Take me out to the Giants. Take me out for a car. The Giants selection is something to see.
Well, Robbie Grossman's had his share of big hits for the Braves. Here's a spot where you need a single. You'd love an extra base hit or a homer, but a base hit almost certainly gets you tied.
Yeah, I mean, for him right now, you've seen it. That fastball. We've seen Robbie square up some fastballs from this left side of the plate lately.
And so good news in New York. The Dodgers just beat the Mets. 4-3 is the final. So if the Braves can come back with 2 runs in this game, we'd start the series right and pick up a game in the standings.
That should just hit a home run right here.
That would be delightful. Grossman's hit 4 homers this year, 33 RBIs. 2 of those homers have come with the Braves. .99 inner half. Beat him to the spot.
Yeah.
2 strikeouts, 2 walks for Estevez in this Atlanta 8th.
Yeah, Grossman's second half this year, 368 with runners in scoring position.
Already leads the pitch. The other side of this that's good for the Braves with these extra base runners that Estevez has had with walks, you guarantee Swanson, Harris, and Riley will get 1 more at bat in the game.
That's to say, you flip that lineup at least. You'd love the big hit here.
This has been the real problem for the Rockies. 13 one-run losses on the road. 11 of those games have been decided in the 8th inning, and they've had 7 walk-offs against them this year.
Wow.
On the road. Well, here we are in the 8th in a 1-run game. Fouled it away, and again the Braves have a strike left. It's 2-2. Diaz trying to encourage Estevez here. All year long, 2 strike hits, 2 out hits have been the Braves' calling card. Here comes the 2-2 to Robbie.
I'll say this, the Braves hitters this inning are doing a great job of laying off that fastball. Now runners are going to get a head start. Grissom with great speed at first. Now ball in the gap, might score 2.
Ballpark alive in the 8th. Runners go. Fouled back. Grossman had a good rip at 99, center cut. And to your point, Jeff, Estevez has thrown 30 pitches in this inning.
Yeah.
That last one, though, still 99 miles an hour. This crowd knows the Mets have lost. Braves have a shot with 2 on, 2 out. Already the lead runner. Vaughn Grissom is at first. They'll be off. Pickoff play and back standing. Here's Heredia. Inside move almost got Heredia to wander too far off second.
And if he would have thrown it right away to Trust that he was going to be there, he probably would have got him, Chip.
Runners go. Swing and a miss. 2 walks, but 3 strikeouts for Estevez, and the Rockies protect a 1-run lead after 8. A 3-2 lead. Their 9-1 and 2 hitters are coming up. Fans, ACC football is back. Richmond and Virginia will get things started Saturday at 12:30 Eastern on the Bally Sports South and the Bally Sports app. ACC football on Bally Sports South is presented by your local Ford dealer.
Gosh, it's great. Football season's back too.
Wonder who Brian Jordan's going to be pulling for in that game.
Yeah, you know, see if the Spiders can pull the upset.
There you go. Dylan Lee and Guillermo Heredia in the game. Heredia in left, Lee on the mound. 2 good innings against the Rockies earlier this summer. And he will face Garrett Hampson, who's 1 for 2.
Yeah, credit the Braves bullpen. Jackson, Matzik, Yates, they've all come in and done their jobs. Braves just have not been able to get that hit with runners in scoring position tonight.
Braves have left 10 on base. Hampson hitting .215. Remember, he was thrown out at the plate. It was one of the defensive highlights of the game for the Braves. Rosario to Swanson to d'Arnaud. And how big is that run looking in the 9th inning of a 1-run game? As tough as the bottom of the 8th was for the Braves, the good news is they'll have their 1, 2, 3 hitters coming up in a 3-2 score. Fouled back. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Good if you're just joining us. Dodgers beat the Mets moments ago. The Braves hoping for a walk-off in the 9th to pull a game closer in the National League East. Strike 3, straightens him up inside corner. Jeff, this is another guy out of the Braves bullpen that when he gets a little extra rest, he has zip like that.
But look, they're not used to pitching this late in the season. And this type of workload. Dylan Lee's found himself out there in a lot of important innings as the season's gone on, Chip, because of what he's done. So, again, another guy that you'd like to see have a day here or there extra. We saw what it did for Kyle Wright last time out.
Lee pitched but once in that series against the Cardinals, 2/3 of an inning with a walk and a strikeout. As he faces Randall Grichuk. Everything hit to right for Grichuk. We had that long sequence you might recall against Tyler Matzik, a 12-pitch at bat that ended when Grossman caught a ball up against the netting in foul ground down the right field line. Dylan has an easier time of it this time for the Colorado leadoff man. Out in front and into the seats. Daniel Bard is the Colorado closer. Figure we'll see him in the 9th. Rockies have out hit the Braves 9-7. Both teams with 2 errors. Bard is pacing and pondering the bottom of the ninth.
And one thing that they like about that matchup for Bard is facing the majority of Dansby, Riley, the two righties, 2 out of the first 3. That's who he's been most effective against this year.
And Grichuk up to his old tricks again. It's foul ball after foul ball.
Here we go again. Lefty. Grichuk's seen lefties all night. Fried 3 times, Matzik, and now Lee.
And he's hit him well. He's a .317 hitter against southpaws this year. And his run, the difference maker in this game. That came in the Rockies' 5th inning. All these pitches and all these foul balls may seem insignificant to the casual fan, but the more pitches a reliever throws, the less likely he'll be available the next day. As Lee ponders his 12th pitch of the inning and his 8th to Randal Grichuk. And it's a line drive into center, a 2-strike hit for Randal Grichuk. He's got a 2-for-5 night. You fight, you fight, you fight.
Yeah,
you get a mistake and you don't miss it. And now Iglesias is the batter. He's reached base 3 times, a double and a single. But that 5th inning error that was charged to Max Fried led to the go-ahead run for Colorado. That unearned run is the difference in the game.
Late time there.
Ball 2. Colorado Rockies are trying to come to town and snatch away a Game 1 win for a club that's 55-74 on the year. Let's be honest, these are their playoff games.
That's what sometimes these are the scariest teams because of that.
And remember, the Braves swept them in 4 games in Denver, so they're trying to pay us back a bit. And Lee having trouble finding the plate. Ball 3. Now the 3-1 pitch. Right across the letters, full count. Grichuk a good lead, not going. And the pitch popped up. No trouble for Vaughn Grissom, and there's the second out.
Yeah, that was a nice sequence for Dillon to get back in that count.
Now Brendan Rodgers is the hitter. He tripled and scored in the 2-run Colorado fourth. That got the game tied 2-2.
Let me tell you, Daniel Bard's coming into this game in the mindset of a 1-run lead to a 2-run lead, facing the top of the lineup. It's a huge difference.
And I would assume offensively it's just as different a mindset.
Right, yeah, you know, you're one swing away.
Dillon's throwing hard, but just missed. 1 ball, no strikes for Rodgers. He's having a terrific year. Started very slowly at the plate, but leads all big league second basemen in hits. He added another one tonight. That's back our way, foul, and an even count. Game 2 here tomorrow night. Kyle Wright and Ryan Feltner will pitch in the middle game of the series. Well, Kyle Wright's been outstanding. 16-game winner for the Braves.
And again, remember, as we talked, he got that little break in his last 2 outings. I feel like he's been as good as we've seen him all year.
Little tapper, lead to the third base line. Sets, fires, throws high, and Olsen leaps and saves an error. Another soft hit, this time from Brendan Rodgers, and the 9th inning continues. Great play by Lee to get to it and to give himself a chance. And Olsen wisely timed his leap perfectly to save a bad throw. Now you've got to recalibrate. And C.J. Cron, the hitter, he's got a 2 RBI game. Four-game hitting streak for the Colorado designated hitter. Ooh. That was close. 1 ball, no strikes. To your point, big mindset shift in a 1-run game versus 2.
Yep.
Cron tried to hit a 3-run homer, fouled back. Braves have dropped their last 2 games. Those came up in St. Louis. They're trying to avoid their second 3-game losing streak of the year. As Dylan Lee checks and delivers. He's a strike away from bringing Dansby, Michael Harris, and Austin Riley to the plate in the 9th. Cron's been a tough hitter with 2 outs and men at second and third base this year. Can Lee end this 9th inning threat? The pitch. What a stop. It's 2-2.
Yeah, good job. That ball spiked before the plate. Good stop.
You want action here. The 2-2. C.J. Cron will see a 7th pitch. Lee has thrown 27 pitches this inning.
They've worked him. They fouled quite a few balls off.
The runners lead. Again, the 2-2 pitch. And again, a late time call. That's twice in this inning. And as much as the pitcher hates it, I'm sure the umpire hates it too. Or is Cron or d'Arnaud calling?
That's a tough one right there.
Line drive left field, and Heredia is there. 28 pitches for Dylan Lee, but the Rockies failed to add on. How about a walk-off, Braves country? Right guys are coming up. Dansby, Michael Harris, Austin Riley, and maybe Matt Olson too in a 1-run game to the bottom of the ninth. Best coverage in the game. Let's check out our T-Mobile coverage cam. I know my partner Jeff Francoeur has his rally cap on up in the booth here at Truist Park. And the Braves have had a knack for coming back late, especially here at home. Perhaps, Jeff, tonight's the night they can add to those impressive numbers.
Well, we always know this team under Brian Snitker has always given you a finish. You see 25 comeback wins this year, 13 in their last at bat.
But a tough hombre is going to greet him. Daniel Bard is on for the Rockies. He's 27 out of 30 in saves this year. At one point converted 16 straight.
Again, hard thrower, got a big sinker baller kind of coming down at you. It's amazing. If you remember this guy's story back with Boston, he was as good as there was and then just completely lost all ability to throw strikes and really had to work his way back to get to where he's at.
And has been so good at Coors Field, they gave him a 2-year contract extension.
Yeah.
So good for him.
Well, if you can pitch there, you might as well sign him, right?
But he's got a tough inning. 1-run lead with Dansby Swanson et al. Ready to come up in the 9th inning. If you win, you're 2 back. If you lose, you stay 3 back of the Mets, who were defeated 4-3 by the Dodgers tonight. Wicked slider, and Swanson down a strike. An RBI double highlights Dansby's night. That came in the 2nd inning. He's grounded out once and flied out twice. He has some room down the first base line where Talia plays for the Rockies. Rogers at the cut of the infield grass at second, and Dansby fouls that back. I mean, this has been a night where the Braves have had some hittable pitches. They just haven't been able to square them up.
Nope.
Dansby's been good with 2 strikes all year. Can he be in this spot? Did he go? Yep. C.B. Buckner rings him up on a check swing.
Yeah.
Tough to argue that one.
Well, it's so tough because it's been 2 sliders. So you see Dansby kind of got leaning a little bit. And he recognized that pitch late, but he couldn't really shut down.
Well, can Michael Harris be Money Mike in the 9th? We've seen it before. Little chopper left side. Great speed. Iglesias charges, throws, and got him by a step. And the Braves are down to their last out. It's Austin Riley.
Michael's trying to shoot the ball the other way. Riley's got 14 home runs with 2 outs. First, as you can imagine, in the National League.
Very little history between Riley and Bard, who's got 2 outs on 4 pitches. Line drive, but foul. Strike 1. It's been said since the bullpen specialization started, closer has to throw strikes. And Bard is doing that. He's thrown 5 pitches. Every single one of them has been in the strike zone. And he's got 2 quick outs, and he's got the Braves' number 3 hitter, 0-1. And now he's got him 0-2. Road wins have been rare for the Rockies. They're a strike away from their 20th victory away from Coors Field.
Good eye.
And Bard's first pitch out of the strike zone. Now the 1-2 pitch. And that is your ball game. The Colorado Rockies came to Atlanta and picked up their first win of the season head-to-head with the Braves. Your final tonight in Atlanta, Rockies 3, Braves 2.
Yeah, look, the Braves gave themselves plenty of chances tonight, Chip. They just weren't able to get the big hit when they needed it as the game went on. Credit the Braves bullpen down there between Jackson, Matzik, Yates, and Lee. They were able to keep the Rockies at 3 runs there, but just could not get one across. And then, of course, Bard has been really, really tough this year, and he showed it here in the 9th inning. You know, with that being said, look, that's lost. You're still sitting at 3. You got to show up tomorrow now. You got to win a couple ball games in a row.
Kyle Wright will have the ball for the Braves after a 3-2 Colorado win tonight. Urania beats Fried. Bard picks up the save, his 28th of the season. Our coverage tomorrow night starts at 6:30 on Valley Sports South. For Nick Green, Jeff Francoeur, and our entire great crew in Atlanta, thank you for joining us. My name is Chip Carey. We will see you tomorrow night. Colorado 3, Atlanta 2, your final. Braves Live will wrap it up next.